Hello everyone. If you'd like to know how I made this beautiful swag, stay tuned. Welcome to Christmas with Bree, where I share DIY, holiday decor, and everything in between to prepare my home for the holidays. So today I am going to share with you how I made this beautiful swag from just a pick that I purchased from Michael's. And that's what I started with, this pick right here. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Here are the items we'll be using. We're going to start with a garland. This garland was very cheap, $3.99. I purchased it from At Home. You can find these anywhere, even in Dollar Tree. And it's just to fill in the pick. So you don't need a really expensive garland. Like I said, then you need the pick that I purchased from Michael's. You need wire cutters, some wire, and then you need a few items here that I have in my basket. Some ribbon, some of these ornaments that you can purchase from Dollar Tree. These came from Walmart for $2.99. They have them at Dollar Tree. I think you could get 5 in a pack for $1. Then we have some pine picks or some greenery that we can stuff in there to make it interesting, to give it some more texture. And then I have some ornaments. You can choose whatever color you like, but these are the colors of my Christmas decor this year: black, silver, and a little touch of gold. So I know I don't really use gold in my decor, but that is a backstory in itself. It will be revealed soon. So we have the ornaments that we are going to be using on our swag. So we have all of our materials. We're going to get ready to put all of this together. So we're going to clear this off and get started. Okay, so we're going to take our garland, and I retaped this back together again so it will be manageable, because you know garland, once it's unraveled, it is hard to manage. Like I said, it doesn't have to be a thick garland. You see how thin this is? It's very thin. But what I'm interested in is the actual pines here. So what we're going to do, we are going to measure what we need, and we're going to take our pick and we're going to turn it around to the back. And we're going to take our garland and we're going to measure what size we need. So I normally, to manage it better, is fold it in half like this and then just eyeball what I need. So I know that is a little bit too big because we wanted to stop somewhere up in here. So basically what I'm doing, I folded it in half, and you'll see why in a moment. So I folded in half, pinched it at the ends, and then I measured. And now, like I said, I wanted to come up to about right there. So we're going to take our wire cutters. Now some garland have these little hooks on the end for storage reasons, so we can cut that off also. So now we have a manageable length of garland. So we're going to spread out our pine needles here. To make it easier to work with. Okay. So now it's spread out. Then we're going to bend. See, can we get it even? Now what you're going to do is you're going to bend back the pine needles out of the way of the center. So you just fold those on the outer parts of the garland. So everything is cleared from the center, just like this. So now you don't have any pines in this center here in the way. You take your swag, you put it on the back, and this swag has a wire, of course, that comes toward the center, and this is what you're going to attach your garland to. Okay, so I have the garland attached to the pick, and now I'm just flattening out and making sure that the garland pines are facing outward. And this should be flat. You should not have any pine going inside like this. So you want them all facing outward. Now at the top here, as you can see, we have longer parts of the garland. And you can take this part here and wrap it around. And then you can cut off the rest. So you can either wire it or you can wrap it around. And I figure if I already have wire there, so I just use one of the pine picks or stems to wrap it around the top part here. Plus it also gives it a nice finish look once you turn it over. And there we have it. As you can see, it's much fuller, and we can start filling in our swag. So now I'm going to cut off these little pine cones, but you can leave them on. It's up to you. It's all your preference. And the reason I like to use ready-made picks like this as swags, because everything is already there for you. You have different textures there inside the pick. You have different decor items here inside the pick. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel. It's already there for you as a base anyway. And I love these little ice crystals here and the ice crystals on some of the pine stems. So now we are going to fluff this out a little bit. You want to be careful that you don't, when you cut off these pine cones, that you don't cut into the decor. Alright, so now I'm just mixing up the pine needles with the pick needles so it can flawlessly look like it's part of, the garden can look like it's part of the pick. So now I am going to get my little basket here. We're through with our cutter for now. And we are going to add some of these frosted picks here. I love using these. These are great to be a filler for your garland on the banister. It could be used on gift boxes. I just love these. And basically they were a pick. It started out as a large branch pick. I just cut them off and use them as individual picks to fill in on my greenery. And they also do very well on your tree too, because you can fill it in, especially if you don't have a dense tree. So as you can see, the colors, the greenery is starting to have some depth in here. Now I don't want to fill it up too much, but you can. It's all up to you how you want to fill up your swag. I don't want it just to lay on top. As you can see, I'm weaving in some of the pick stems and some of the garland stems, because I don't want the added pick I just put on here to be sitting there on top. We want it to weave in nicely so it looks like it's part of the whole. Okay, so that's where we are now. Now it's time to decorate, my favorite part. So we're going to take out our snowflakes and a couple of these. And then we have our ribbon. Now this ribbon I DIY'd. I had some velvet ribbon that I've already used, and I just taken some gold ribbon, because you know I don't have much gold in my decor, but the gold that I do have, I do use it. and I use some of that seamstress tape and iron it on here, and it's not going anywhere. You can bend it, you can twist it, you can do however you want. And that's the reason I like using the seamstress tape instead of using the glue, because it's very flexible. It's not stiff. You can tie it in a bow, you can do whatever, and it won't come off. So that's why I like using that seamstress tape. And it comes in a roll. You can get it in the sewing section at Joann's or even at Walmart sewing section. Okay, so we have our ribbon and we have our snowflakes, and we are going to take our snowflakes and we are going to get 2 of these out of here. And let's see, we have a couple of other picks, these cute little thingies. Okay guys, so first thing first, we're going to take this ornament, and you see it has a little string on here to hang. I don't need that, so we're going to cut that off. I don't know where my scissors is, so I'm just using my wire cutter. It's okay, it works. So we had some wire left over from when I was wiring the garland to the pick, and we're going to use that to wire both of these snowflakes together. We're just going to make a little small hoop, but not too tight, because you want this to be loose. So this is going to act like a chain to combine the 2 snowflakes together. And you see how loose that is. You can move it back and forth. See, it's not tight. It's very loose. So that's what I want. So those 2 are tied together. Now, you can use green or you can use a silver wire. They have silver wire also. But you can't really tell. It's so small. So that's why I used the green one since I had it out here. And now we're going to combine our 3 balls here. And we have some hooks left over from last year. That's funny. I normally take those off. I must have missed a couple. I love doing swags because you can use this on anything, any kind of decor, on a lantern, on the wall. You can use it as a wreath for outside. So I'm twisting it a little bit so I can anchor both of them together tightly. Okay. And we're going to put our snowflakes to the side, and we're going to bring this over here. And we're going to go ahead and tie this on. Now, I'm tying it right at the neck here, below the part that I used the garland to attach to the pick. I'm tying it right below that. And just wired it on. Nothing special, just attach it on. Make sure it's on here tight, close to that pick. You don't want it to be dangling. So we'll cut the excess off. Alright. Now we take our bow, and we're just going to lay this under here like that. Twist it. Make sure it's even. Lay that like that. Then we take our little ornament, lay that in the center, and then we take some more wire. Now you can string all this together with the ornament, but I like to do a step at a time because sometimes it's too tight when you do that and it doesn't move like I like it to. Now I'm going to take this wire and loop it at the top of the ornament. And then we're going to loop this into the ribbon. We'll tie that together. And then we go under the ornament and tie the ribbon to the swag. Right, before we cut that off, we'll make sure that everything is sitting correctly. Okay, like that, like how that sits, very pretty. Then we have our little stems here, and you're just going to stick those over to the side. It doesn't, wherever you want it to be, just put it in between the pick and the garland so it can be tight in here and won't fall out. And right at the top, you bend it, and this is served as a little hook. And there you have it. I love it. You can add some more berries in here if you like. You can add some more of these little silver picks in here to highlight some areas, but I like it natural like this. I don't like too much decorating on it, but I love it. And there we have it. We have our DIY swag. Like I said, you can use it on a lantern. You can use it as a wreath on the door. You can even put it on your tree. If you have a 12-foot tree and you made about 10 of these could be inserted in the tree as ornaments. They're big enough to fill up the tree. You have greenery on it that can easily make the tree full. You have your decorations on top of that. Simple. I love doing that when I have a 12-foot tree. Sometimes my 9-foot tree, I do it for that too. And I would do these, maybe about 12 of these, starting early, and get them done and just hang them in the tree. And thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new to the channel, welcome, welcome. And if you're returning BPB member, welcome back. You know I love you. Mwah. Thank you so much for returning. I hope I've given you some ideas how you can create your own swag for this holiday season. It is a very versatile piece of decor, and I hope you enjoyed and try this out for your own home. I'll see you guys on the next one. Smooches!